Okay, guys, I tried to do the whole video paper thing. That really didn't work out because I had music all over the place and I was misspelling on my cards. And that was a lot to rewrite onto several different pages. So instead, I just decided to read it because I figured that would probably have the best effect. On December 27th, 2009, I met the man of my dreams and invited him into my home. He knew just what to do and say. He was everything I had been searching for. On December 30th, 2009, he showed up at my home at 3 a.m., Jack Daniels drunk. He raped me for the first time that night, but he was drunk. He didn't know what he was doing. On December 31st, 2009, I met his family. We were visiting for New Year's Eve. He jerked me into the local VFW where half the town witnessed it. A few hours later, when I was driving him back to his apartment, he shattered my window with a whiskey bottle, then jerked me into the passenger seat by my hair, where he then started punching me in the back of the head. But he was drunk and didn't know what he was doing. On January 1st, 2010, I knew that I had gotten myself into a situation that I needed out of, but I stayed. I could fix him. He needed my help. My life was about to get rough and scary, and I had no idea what was about to happen. February of 2010 started my drug addiction, opiates. What heaven. I couldn't feel a thing, mentally or physically. April of 2010, I jumped rent on the apartment my sister co-signed for, leaving her with a mess and a bill. I left because how dare they not add my felon boyfriend to my lease. May of 2010, I did the unthinkable. I gave my children to their father, and I turned my back on them. This was the best decision that I've ever made for them, and I will stand by that to this day. By June of 2010, I was in full-blown addiction, and I didn't care about anything. By December of 2010, I had lost custody of my 3 children, was in full-blown opiate and cocaine addiction, had left and gone back to my abuser more times than I could count, had more black eyes and broken noses than anybody I had ever knew, lost my car and had lived at more than 5 different addresses, and we were trying to have a baby because that would fix everything. January of 2011, I was pregnant. I was 25 years old, in full-blown addiction, being beaten on a daily, underweight and malnourished. I stopped using everything that day, I found out. By May of 2011, he had found bath salts. Oh my God, what hell. Scared wasn't even how I felt. By July of 2011, we had moved again. I was still clean, but his bath salt addiction was in full swing. October 15th, 2011, my Tanner Cole was born. He was beautiful. I was still being beaten. We were still always broke. My Tanner was my sunshine. He was my reason to keep going. By March 2012, I was no longer clean. I mean, how bad could bath salts be? I bought them from a store. 8 days I was awake. Hallucinations set in. I was mentally gone. Cops came. CPS showed up a few days later. By May of 2012, we were cooperating with CPS, and the judge court-ordered us to stay together 24/7, just in case of a bath salt relapse. I was beaten unrecognizable. I lied and said I had fell down our porch steps and hit every step on the way down when I landed on my face. On Father's Day of 2012, I held my Tanner Cole and sang him our song, "You Are My Sunshine." A few minutes later, my mother was placing him in the arms of the state to go to his foster home. I was crushed. By July of 2012, my secret was out. I was pregnant again. By August of 2012, I had moved out, had my own home, and he wasn't there. By October of 2012, he had moved in. By December of 2012, my mom couldn't stand to look at me, and I didn't blame her. I couldn't even look at myself. February 6, 2013, Gemma Audrey Hope was born, my miracle baby. February 24th, 2013, Tanner was back home, and our family was perfect. Except I had a secret. I was addicted to opiates and Suboxone. November 27th, 2013, I tried meth for my first time. I was in love. I was up for a little too long, but instead of him calling the cops on me this time, he took me to my mom's. My baby brother saw me in a full-blown meth freakout. By December of 2013, we had moved, I believe, 3 more times. And guess what? I was pregnant again. Keep in mind, the beatings never stopped. My using did. I loved my babies, but I didn't love myself. June of 2014, I asked for a divorce. His response: he filed a protective order against me, claiming I had been beating him for years and our children. Cops removed me from my home that day. Tanner tried to rip the front of the cop car off to get me out. The cop said for the first time in his career, he just did something he knew was wrong. I was 7 months pregnant at the time. July of 2014, I had my own car, a job, was back in my safety zone, and I had my Tanner and Gemma back. August 26, 2014, my mom and I welcomed Brantley Christian Scott into the world. By October 31st, 2014, we were back together, living in a run-down trailer not fit for a rat. December 20th, 2014, my 29th birthday, he tried to kill me. I fought back. Cops are going to arrest me. I know, bullshit, right? December 31st, 2014, I was beaten unrecognizable, and he was going to kill me that night. My then 3-year-old son Tanner threw his body over my face and took those steel-toed stomps that were meant for me. As I was fighting to stay conscious, I could hear my precious baby screaming, "Leave my mommy alone." January 1st, 2015, I was getting out. May 28th, 2015, my 3-year-old son looked at me and said, "Mommy, please be quiet or he's going to hit you again." That's the day I left for good. July 15th, 2015, the unthinkable happened. They took my babies. I was finally gone. I was finally clean. They took my life that day. From August 2015 to September 2016, I can't say much because of confidentiality, but I can say this. Lies were spread, rumors were spread, and I lost my children. I tried to take my life, but couldn't. I had my power growing within me. On November 6, 2016, Briar Thomas Robert Stout took his first breath. My power, my drive, my life, my baby. For 24 glorious hours, he was mine. After those 24 hours, I've been fighting ever since. December 31st, 2016, I married the real man of my dreams, who has been fighting with me. I will win the battle, and I want my story heard. The real story. I struggle every day with the disease called addiction. I am currently clean. If you or someone you know is fighting this disease, I encourage you to reach out. If you or someone you know is in a violent relationship, there is hope. Get out now. Reach out. Ask for help. You can do this. And you will notice I told my story. Not his, not anybody else's. My story. Thanks for listening. And sorry I don't look the greatest. I didn't even put makeup on. I figured it was best to be real for this one.